In this video, we are continuing with the section formula. Here we will learn how to calculate the midpoints of any line segment. What is the formula for the midpoint of any line segment? Now, he is asking us to find the coordinates of the midpoint of the line segment joining the points A, 5, 7 and B, -3 and -1. Now, let's first understand what is a midpoint. If we have A, the coordinates of A are x1, y1 and coordinates of B are x2, y2. We are saying that there is a point P, xy, which is the midpoint of this line segment. What does that mean? It means that it divides the join of AB in the ratio 1:1, right? Does that mean my m is 1 and my n is also 1, or m is to n is equal to 1:1, right? Now, I know that the section formula, in the section formula, x is equal to mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n, right? Now, if m and n are 1 and 1, what will my x be? It will be 1 into x2, that is x2 plus x1. N is also 1 upon m plus n, that is 1 plus 1 becomes 2, right? Now, when you have P as the midpoint of AB, you can directly write the coordinates of x as x2, x1 plus x2 by 2. Same applies for y coordinate also. You can write the coordinates of y as y1 plus y2 upon 2, right? So, we have derived the formula for finding the points or coordinates of that point which is the midpoint of the line joining A and B, having the coordinates x1, y1 and x2, y2. You can directly now use this formula. Fine. Okay. Now let's go to the question. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of the line segment. So we have a line segment which has point A as 5 and 7 and which has point B as -3 and -1, and we have to say that PXY is the midpoint of this line AB, line segment AB. Now this is 1:1. Now he wants us to calculate the coordinates of point P. Now we will directly use this formula. So what will be my P? Okay, now this will be x1, y1. We have to always remember the format x2, y2. Okay, so what will be this x coordinate? X will be x1 plus x2 divided by 2. So x will be, what is my x1? 5. What is my x2? -3 divided by 2. So x is equal to 5 minus 3 divided by 2, which is 2 by 2, which is 1. Fine. Similarly, y will be y1 plus y2 by 2. Now what is my y1 here? 7. What is my y2? -1 upon 2. How much is that? 7 minus 1 upon 2, which is 6 by 2, which is 3. So I got the coordinates of this point P as 1 and 3, right? I have not used mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n. I have directly used x1 plus x2 by 2 and y1 plus y2 by 2. Why? Because P was the midpoint of AB. Fine. Now, another question here. P and Q. I have to find the coordinates of the midpoint of the line segment joining P and Q. So this is P, this is Q. What are the coordinates of P? -5 and -8. What are the coordinates of Q? 3 and 4. So let me write that R is the point which is the midpoint of PQ, and let me write the coordinates of R as xy. Now this becomes x1, y1. This becomes x2, y2. Now what will be my x? My x will be x1 plus x2 by 2 because it's a midpoint. So what is x1? Minus 5. What is x2? Plus 3 divided by 2. How much is that? Minus 2 by 2, which is equal to minus 1. So let me calculate the y coordinate of this, which is y1 plus y2 by 2. What is the y1? Y1 coordinate of this p? Minus 8. So y is equal to minus 8. What is y2 coordinate? 4 divided by 2, which is minus 4 by 2, which is equal to minus 2. So what are the coordinates of r now? Coordinates of r are minus 1 and minus 2. Fine? Okay. Another sum. He's saying that the line segment joining A and B is a diameter of a circle. Alright. So we have a circle and we have AB as diameter of the circle. Now diameter passes through the center of the circle. Right. Whose center is C? Okay. C is the center. Find the coordinates of this point C. We have to find the coordinates of this point C. So let it be x and y. Now tell me, is C the midpoint of AB? Yes. Why? Because center lies at the middle of the diameter. We know that. Fine. Now what are the coordinates of A? Coordinates of A are minus 3 and 1. What are the coordinates of B? 7 and minus 5. Does that mean this becomes my x1 and this becomes my y1? This becomes my x2 and this is my y2. Right? Now, since I know that C is the midpoint of AB, I can directly use the midpoint formula, right, to find this point x and y, to find the coordinates of C. So what will be my x coordinate? x1 plus x2 by 2. So x will be, what is my x1? Minus 3. x2 plus 7 divided by 2, which is equal to 4 by 2, which is equal to 2. Then what is my y coordinate? Y coordinate is y1 plus y2 by 2. What is my y1? It is 1. And what is my y2? It is minus 5 divided by 2. So that makes it minus 4 by 2. That is equal to minus 2. So what are the coordinates of C now? X coordinate first, 2 and minus 2. Fine. One more. We have a point A, 10 and 5, B, 6 and minus 3, and C, 2 and 1. These are the vertices of a triangle ABC. Right? Let's make a triangle ABC. A is 10 and 5. What is B? B is 6 and minus 3. And C is 2 and 1. Alright. Then L is the midpoint of AB. Okay. He's saying that there is a point L which is midpoint of this line AB. Fine. M is the midpoint of AC. Then there is another point M which is midpoint of this line AC. Write down the coordinates of L and M. Now we know how to calculate the coordinates of L and M. If we consider this line AB, L is the midpoint, right? This is x1, this is y1. This becomes x2 and this becomes y2. How do we calculate the coordinates of L? Let the coordinates of L be x and y. So my x coordinate for L, so I am calculating it for L. X coordinate for L will be x1 plus x2 by 2. x1 plus x2 by 2. How much is x1? 10. How much is x2? 6. 6 divided by 2. So 16 by 2, which is 8. Right? I found the x coordinate of this point L. Then y coordinate for L will be y1 plus y2 by 2. What is the y1 coordinate of 5? What is y2 coordinate? Minus 3 divided by 2, This becomes 5 minus 3 by 2, which is 2 by 2, which is 1. So I found the coordinates for L as 8 and 1. Similarly, I have to calculate the coordinates for M. How do I calculate the coordinates for M now? Okay. So x coordinate of M, this becomes x1, y1, and here this becomes x2, y2. If you consider AC as line and M as the midpoint, this is x1, y1, this is x2, y2. So for M, x coordinate will be x1 plus x2 by 2. How much is that? 10 plus 2 by 2, which is 12 by 2, which is equal to 6. So what will be the y coordinate for M? y1 plus y2 by 2. y1 plus y2 by 2. What is y1? 5. What is y2? 1 by 2. That is 6 by 2, which is 3. So I have calculated or found the coordinates of M as 6 and 3. Fine. Now he wants us to show that LM is half of BC. If you join this line LM, then LM is half of BC. You must have done the midpoint theorem in the previous classes, which states that line joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle is parallel to third side and is half of it. So here you have to prove this. How will you prove this now? You will use the distance formula which you have done in the 9th standard to prove this. Now, what is my L? The coordinates of L are 8 and 1, and the coordinates of M are 6 and 3. Right? So how do we apply the distance formula? Distance formula is under root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now this is your x1, this is your y1, this is your x2, this is your y2. So LM will be under root of x2, that is 6 minus 8 whole square, plus y2 minus y1, that is 3 minus 1 whole square. So your LM is equal to under root of 6 minus 8 is minus 2 whole square becomes 4. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 square becomes 4. So LM is equal to 8, which you can write as 4 into 2. 4 will come out as 2 and you will get 2 root 2. Now let's calculate the distance BC. Now what are the coordinates of B? 6 and minus 3. What are the coordinates of C? 2 and 1. Okay. So what will be the distance BC? Under root of x2 minus x1 whole square. What is my x2? This is my x1. This is my y1. This is my x2 and this is my y2. So x2 minus x1 whole square. Does that mean 2 minus 6 whole square? Plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So 1 plus, because 3 is minus. So 1 plus 3 whole square. So BC will be equal to under root of 2 minus 6 is 4. 4 square is 60. Plus 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 square is 16. 16 plus 16 is under root of 32. How will you write under root of 32? 16 into 2. So 4 will come out. You will get 4 root 2. What was your LM? 2 root 2. What is your BC? 4 root 2. Does that mean your LM is half of BC? You have proved the second part of the question also. Right? Okay. One more. In this question, the midpoint of the line segment joining A, P5. So I have a line segment A whose coordinates are P and 5, and B, whose coordinates are 3 and Q. Okay, let me write this as x1, y1. You should always do that. x2, y2, right? Now I am saying the midpoint of this line segment is M. Okay, this is M. What is M? Minus 1 and 4. So this will be x and this will be y. Fine. Now since M is the midpoint, the ratio will be 1:1. Find the values of P and Q. Right? Now this is my x point. Which is my x point? Minus 1. Which is my y point? 4. Right? Now I know how to apply the midpoint formula to get x and y. Now x is equal to x1 plus x2 by 2. Now here I have x. How much is my x? Minus 1. Equal to x1. I have p in place of x1. And what is my x2? 3 divided by 2. Cross multiply. Minus 2 equal to p plus 3. I'll shift this 3 to this side. Minus 2 minus 3 equals to p. So minus 5 equal to p. I have got the value of p as minus 5. Fine. Now, I also know that y coordinate when M is the midpoint of AB is y1 plus y2 by 2. What is my y? It is 4. What is my y1? It is 5. What is my y2? It is q divided by 2. See how simple it becomes if you remember that this coordinate, this point is always x1, y1. This is x2, y2 and this is x and y. Whatever values are given over here, you have to remember this as x1, y1, x2, y2 and x and y. And then simply substitute. Now 2, 4 is 8, 5 plus q. Shift 8 minus 5 equal to q. So 3 is equal to q. So you got the value of q also. You got the value of p also.